Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the January 3rd, 2022 Board of Supervisors meeting. I call the meeting to order, and I would ask everyone join with me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Thank you so much. I'll take the roll. Fred, are you here?
I am here.
Thank you. Dan?
Present.
James?
Present.
John?
Here.
All right, we have all 5 of us. First time, a lot of us up here on the getting elbow room, so it's exciting to see everyone. And we have a full agenda tonight, if for no other reason than to welcome our new elected officials. So if we could start off with that. First up is John. Mr. Driscoll? You're next, Mr. Driscoll. Got to keep them going. James.
I, say your name,
James Driscoll,
do solemnly swear that I will support,
do solemnly swear that I will support,
obey, and defend
obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America
the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
that I will be guided in the duties of my office
that I will be guided in the duties of my office
solely by the laws and regulations
solely by the laws and regulations
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the Township of Lower Makefield,
and the Township of Lower Makefield,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
with fidelity, honesty, and integrity.
with fidelity, honesty, and integrity.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
And I'm sorry, just to be formal, that was the swearing in of our new auditor, James Driscoll. Agenda item number 6 is the swearing in of our tax collector, but it's my understanding that that happened earlier today. Okay. So we can move along to the swearing in of our new constable, Mitchell Goldberg.
Okay, you can just stand here. No, hand me that. I'll take that. Okay. And I'm just going to ask you to repeat after me, okay? Do you have someone that you want to hold? Okay, you can just raise your right hand. Okay, if you want to, you can raise your right hand. Okay. I'm just going to ask you to repeat after me, okay? I say your name.
I, Mitchell Goldberg,
Do solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend
I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America
the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
that I will be guided in the duties of my office
that I will be guided in the duties of my office
solely by the laws and regulations of the United States of America,
solely by the laws and regulations of the United States of America,
the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the Township of Lower Makefield,
and the Township of Lower Makefield,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
with fidelity, honesty, and integrity.
with fidelity, honesty, and integrity.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We're just going to take a few seconds to take some photographs, so if everyone at home could please stand by. Thank you, everyone. You're welcome to stay for our meeting. You're welcome to leave, whatever your pleasure is. But with that, we're on to agenda item number 8, which is election of the chair of the... Everything okay? Yeah, okay. Thank you. Election of a chair of the Board of Supervisors for 2022. And with that, I will turn it over to our solicitor, as is the custom and practice.
Yes, thank you. This is my only role in this meeting tonight as far as any aspect of running it. I will accept the nomination from the outgoing chair, Ms. Bundy, for the chair for the Board of Supervisors for 2022.
And with that, I will nominate James McCarthy for chair of the Board of Supervisors.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Dr. Weiss is seconded. I'll take a vote now. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye, raising your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Mr. McCartney, you are the chair. You're elected 5-0. My role in this particular part of it is over. Thank you.
Look how quickly she moved. Okay. I'll keep the remarks short. I want to thank my fellow supervisors for the vote of confidence. We have a very big year ahead of us. As we all know, there's going to be some big financial decisions that are going to be coming up. And I look forward to working with the township manager and all of you in order to make the best decisions for the township going forward. With that said, agenda item number 10, election of other officers. Consider selecting of a vice chair for the Board of Supervisors.
I nominate Fred Weiss, Dr. Fred Weiss, for vice chair.
I'll second that nomination. And call to question. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Looks like 3-1 with one abstaining.
If you could just name who voted for the,
Supervisor McCartney, Blondie, and Weiss voted yes. Supervisor Lewis voted no, and Supervisor Grenier abstained. Next agenda item is 10B, considering selecting a secretary of the Board of Supervisors. Any nominations? I guess none.
I'll nominate, I'm sorry, James, was that for secretary treasurer?
Correct, secretary.
secretary.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, I guess there's no nomination. With that being said, I'll nominate Dan Grenier for secretary.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 5-0. Agenda item 10C, consider selecting a treasurer.
John Lewis.
All those in
I
favor.
nominate
Mr. Beal.
Suzanne Blondie.
I'm sorry, was there a second?
Second yourself, yeah.
So we have a nomination by Supervisor Grenier, seconded by Supervisor Lewis. Okay, call to question. All those in favor say aye, raise your hand.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
So the vote goes 2-3. Opposed, or were you opposed or for, Suzanne?
Oh, I'm opposed.
Opposed. And Fred, were you for or opposed?
Opposed.
Okay, so it was 2 votes by Mr. Grenier and Supervisor Lewis, 3 votes McCartney, Blondie, and Weiss, no. Is there any other nominations for the treasurer?
I nominate Suzanne Blondie for treasurer.
Supervisor Weiss nominated Supervisor Blondie, seconded by Supervisor Grenier. All those in favor say aye and raise their hand.
Aye.
Aye.
5-0 for Supervisor Blondie for the treasurer. Agenda item number 11, appoint chair of the vacancy board.
There's one more.
I make motion to.
Did I miss
appoint
one?
Adrian Costello.
I'm sorry, we.
Did I miss one?
Yeah, 10D.
My apologies. Sorry, John.
Mm-hmm.
10D, consider selecting an assistant secretary treasurer for 2022. Are there any nominations?
I nominate Kurt Ferguson.
I second.
Dan beat you to it.
Yep, Suzanne made the nomination. Supervisor Grenier seconded. Call to question. All those in favor, say aye and raise your
Aye.
hand.
Aye.
Kurt Ferguson, 5-0 for the assistant secretary treasurer. Now we'll move on to agenda item number 11. I believe, John, you wanted to make a nomination for vacancy board.
I move to appoint Adrian Costello, chair of the vacancy board.
Supervisor Lewis made the nomination, seconded by Supervisor Grenier. All those in favor, raise your hand and say aye.
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 5-0. Congratulations, Adrian.
We can't see you back there. What's that?
In that, in the lime green jacket. Okay, moving along, agenda item number 12, professional services. Consider appointment of solicitor for 2022.
I would make motion to consider reappointment of the firm of Hill Wallach.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion was made by Supervisor Blondie, seconded by Supervisor Weiss. All those in favor say aye and raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed?
Vote carries 3-0 with Supervisors McCartney, Weiss, and Blondie. I'm sorry, 3-2. 2 nays were Supervisor Grenier and Supervisor Lewis. 12B, consider appointment of engineers as follows. Number 1, Township Engineer. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to reappoint the firm of Remington and Vernick as the township engineers.
Do I hear
Second.
second? Seconded by Supervisor Lewis. All those in favor, raise your hand and say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Motion carries 5-0. Number 2, Sewer Engineer. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to reappoint the sewer engineer. Not sure if he has official Ebert Engineering. Thank you.
Motion made by Supervisor Blondie. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Supervisor Weiss.
Mr. McCartney,
Yes, sir.
I just want to make a point. We had placed in the FTP site all of the rate sheets and the providers as far as their outline. We had a glitch in the system, and I do apologize with Ebert Engineering. Their rates for 2022, sale notwithstanding, would not have a rate increase in it for 2022. They were flat. So I just wanted to make sure that that was on the record.
Thanks for
before we go.
clarifying that,
Thank you.
Kurt. So we have a motion by Supervisor Blondie, a second by Supervisor Weiss. All in favor, raise your hand and say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 4-1 with Supervisor Grenier in opposition. Last but not least, Traffic Engineer. Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion that we appoint Safe as our traffic engineer for 2020.
Motion made by Supervisor Lewis, seconded by Supervisor Grenier. All in favor, raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? None. Motion carries 5-0. With that, we are at the conclusion of the nominations and appointments for the 2022 calendar year. Moving on to item number 13, public comment. Is there any public comment in the audience? Sure.
Or Dave, do we have to, we have a whole bunch of other service providers. Do we have to officially?
They're not under the second-class township code does not require those tonight. I mean, you could do those at your next meeting. That's fine, yeah. Or anytime during the year, actually, for that matter.
No worries. Number 13, do we have public comment on the phone or anybody in the audience that wants to make public comment during this time? No public comment. I don't see
There's
any.
no public comment online.
Excellent, thank you. Moving along, number 14, other business. Other business?
Under the Sunshine Act, there's nothing we can vote on tonight for that purpose. So unless there's something to discuss separately, there's nothing else that could be considered.
Okay. Agenda item number 15, announcement of supervisor liaison assignments for 2022. I will keep it short and sweet. All the liaison assignments will remain the same as 2021. Agenda item number 16, considering establishing the amount of the treasurer's bond at $2 million. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Seconded.
Motion made by Supervisor Lewis, seconded by Supervisor Blondie. All those in favor, raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? None. Motion carries 5-0. Number 17, consider establishing the amount of the assistant treasurer's bond at $2 million. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Supervisor Grenier, seconded by Supervisor Lewis. All those in favor, raise your hand by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. And last but not least, I call to adjourn the meeting. That's all. Easy peasy. Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
Good night.
Announce before we shut down that the next scheduled meeting of the board is Wednesday, July 19th. That this,
January.
I'm sorry, what did I say?
Somebody's thinking of summer.
Wishful thinking, but that the normal meeting that we would have the first Wednesday, this is the substitute to that meeting. So the next meeting will be considered the second meeting of the month, which is Wednesday, January 19th.
Wednesday, January 19th. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a great night, everybody.
Good night.
Thanks.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.